Jai Hind, everyone. This is Colonel VD Singh once again in front of you after a yawning gap of almost 3 years. My last interaction with you was in May 2018, much before the pandemic. And after such a long time, Vishal contacted me, and over a discussion, he just requested me to address once again. I'm really thankful to Vishal and Shaurya Portal for this. So today I'm going to speak very general things, but certain interesting factors, because the mundane stuff is already there on various TV channels which you keep seeing. So I'm not going to repeat those things. I'm going to tell you something which is generally not told to you. So, as an army veteran and as a techie, with my own experience, I have gathered certain facts together, and so I thought I would share with you. So, the first thing which I want to tell you is about the the military might, the firepower. We have to we rank various armed forces based on certain factor. Let's say out of 130 total countries in the world, how will you figure out which country has the strongest military? So it cannot be a guesswork. It is based on certain facts, certain logical formula, and this precisely has been carried out in the recent years, and which is known as GFP, Global Firepower. This is the power index actually, which takes into consideration the budgetary allocation of land forces, sea forces, air forces, their logistics, then the geography of that particular country in which they operate, and the various types of equipment, fighting equipment. So certain mathematical formula has been carried out, and based on that GFP, this has recently been announced. You can see it on the Google also, that USA emerges out as the most powerful country, having the powerful military with them. That is the top ranking country is USA, followed by Russia, thereafter China, and India stands at fourth. The fifth one is Japan, and so on. There are 20 such countries which have been ranked like this, and it's a very very logical kind of a calculation. So it's very heartening to know that India stands at fourth. I think in 2019 or 20 it was at fifth. Now it has come up to fourth. The fact is that we have now acquired very sophisticated weapons, and in view of the recent development at Galwan, and also the constant conflict which goes on with Pakistan, military has to upgrade itself in terms of fighting equipment and all other logistics things. So I'm not going to get into those logistics details. The fact is that India ranks at position 4, as far as military is concerned in the whole world. So we have all the reasons to smile on that, and we have all the reasons to feel proud of that. And this GFP, Global Firepower, is based on 50 odd scores. I just told you a few of them. There are 50, and so now right now it is out of the purview to discuss all those 50. But I have seen that formula, a huge formula, and there are certain statistical calculations based on which it has been found out. So that is as far as Global Firepower Index is concerned. Now, I would like to tell you something about the Indian Special Forces. Uh, Unfortunately, very few of us know the details about these forces. The only time we think of special forces is when we are watching some Hollywood movie. Soon after Second World War, a need was felt to have highly trained soldiers, and thus the concept of special forces was born. That was post Second World War. While thanks to Hollywood movies, that most of us happen to know about American Marines, Navy, SEAL, and Special Forces, but we hardly know about our own Special Forces. So, in this section, I would like to give you a very brief introduction about 8 such lesser known Indian Special Forces, starting with the Marcos or the Marine Commandos. Marine Commandos is India's most lethal special force, though they are trained to engage in battle on all terrains. Marcos are super expert in maritime warfare, and in their physical tests, it is so gruesome that more than 80% candidates drop out in first 3 days, and the remaining people go through another grueling session of about 5 weeks or so, which is called Hell's Week, where commandos are put through extreme sleep deprivation coupled with most difficult physical tasks. And these commandos are even capable of firing while lying down, standing, running, in full sprint, even looking backward, firing backward while looking into the mirror, which sounds something like, Hollywood fiction. And their reaction time is less than half a second. The final stage of training for Marcos has 800-meter long thigh-high mud crawl, which is called death crawl, loaded with 25 kilograms of gear, which is concluded with shooting a target at 25 meters away with a man standing next to it, actual man standing next to it. So imagine the mental resilience and the physical fitness. So after Marcos, we come to Paracommandos. Paracommandos is one of the most highly trained special forces of Indian Army. Because of extremely fatal nature of operations they perform, they are kept at optimum level at all times in terms of mental fitness, physical fitness, and they are a very intelligent and highly motivated soldiers. Paracommandos go through the most grueling training regime in this world. Apart from daily 20-kilometer run with 60 kilograms of baggage and man-to-man assault practices, they have to carry out free fall from the sky from a height of almost 33,500 feet above sea level. They are also highly trained in terrain and environment warfare and deep sea diving. The most notable and fatal operations included in the 1971 war. Then after that infamous Operation Blue Star in 1984, and also in 1999 Kargil war. Now next we come to Garud Commando Force. Garud एक पक्षी का नाम होता है, which is known for its capability of attacking from height, and it's a very swift kind of a bird, Garud. हमारी पुराणों के अंदर भी गरुड़ का बहुत नाम लिया गया है. So with over 2,000 commandos, the Garud Commando Force is a unit of Indian Air Force, and it specializes in airfield seizure, special reconnaissance, airborne operations, air assault, special operations, combat search and rescue, and counter-insurgency. So the training for being a Garud Commando is so tough that it can take up to 3 years to qualify as a fully operational Garud. Also, Garud Commandos are extremely adept in anti-hijack and counter-insurgency training, jungle and snow survival techniques, specialized weapon handling, and advanced driving skills. They can drive almost all types of vehicles. Next we come, that is at number 4, is Ghatak Force. Ghatak Platoon, which is a part of infantry battalion. essential part of infantry battalion. So Ghatak Force is a special operations infantry platoon which acts as a shock troops and lead man-to-man assaults ahead of a battalion. They specialize in raids on enemy artillery positions, airfields, supply dumps, and tactical headquarters, while also being experts at directing artillery and air attacks on targets which are deep within the enemy lines. Only the most physically and mentally fit soldiers make into the Ghatak force, which is usually 20 men strong. That's why we call it Ghatak platoon. Since they face enemy face to face, they are trained to be undisputed at heliborne assault, rock climbing, mountain warfare, demolitions, advanced weapon training, close quarter battle, and infantry tactics. So, okay, after this, we talk about the NSG, National Security Guards, who are also known as Black Cats popularly. This organization, NSG, was created in 1986, and it doesn't fall either under Central Armed Police Force or paramilitary force, but it is actually a mix of commandos from Indian Army as well as Central Armed Police Forces. And the boss of this, that is the Director General, is from the IPS. Comprising two units, the Special Action Group or SAG, which consists entirely of Indian Army personnel, and the Special Ranger Groups for counter-terrorism activities. Excuse me. And they are equipped with the most advanced weapons in the world. The selection process is also very, very gruesome. It has a dropout rate of almost about 70 to 80%. And the few who qualify to become NSGs are sent off for training for another 9 months to become phantom NSG commandos. We now talk about Cobra. Everyone knows about Cobra, deadly snake, and it strikes very, very swiftly. But over here, Cobra stands for Commando Battalion for Resolute Action. So Cobra is probably the only Indian special force which is especially trained in guerrilla warfare to tackle the notorious Naxalite groups in the country. Part of CRPF Cobra commandos are masters of camouflage, jungle warfare, parachute jumps, precision strikes, ambushes, and their sniper units are one of the best amongst the armed forces of India. So there is no army element in this. Next we come to Special Frontier Force or SFF. This was created in 1962. The SFF is a paramilitary special force which specializes in special reconnaissance, direct actions, hostage rescue, counter-terrorism, unconventional warfare, and covert operations. This specialized force was created in the wake of another Sino-Indian war, and it operates in sync with RAW, Research and Analysis Wing. The commandos are supremely trained in guerrilla tactics, mountain and jungle warfare, and also the parachute jumps. Lastly, at number 8, we come to the Force 1. This is not Air Force 1 of USA. Force 1 I am talking about. This post Mumbai terror attacks way back in 2008, the Maharashtra government brought together the best commandos and assembled the youngest Indian special forces, the force which is called Force 1. The sole motive of this squad is to protect the Mumbai metropolitan area whenever it is under threat. Force 1 is one of the fastest response teams in the world, and it can get ready within a matter of 15 minutes. From over 3,000 odd applications, 200 plus have been selected in this, and they have been trained under close guidance from the Israel Special Forces, and they are also a very, very lethal force. So, folks, these are the eight types of special forces which I just discussed with you now. Now, I would like to discuss with you all is about stress management during the present times. I'm talking about this COVID-19 situation which has been there for last more than a year, and everyone is affected, in some way or the other. You may be poor, you may be rich. It has affected everyone in every walk of life. And it basically paints a very gloomy picture in front of us. People are talking about severe illnesses, various, deaths which we are seeing on TV and in the newspapers, economic slowdown, job losses, and so on. So, one tends to become very, very depressed seeing all these things around. At home, you're watching TV. You can't really, venture out much. But if you do that, you come across certain friends and relatives. They will only talk about the grim situation about COVID-19. So in such in such a gloomy kind of environment, you get stressed. Anyone will get stressed. So I'm here to basically suggest 6 points to you, very easy points to follow, and with which you can manage your stress. The first one is that you must strengthen your connections. Because you have got a lot of time with you. Most of the time you are working from home, and you are not really, driving long distances or spending time in the office. So you are at home, and you take this opportunity to spend your time with your loved ones, with your uh, family members, with your relatives, with your friends. Take time to express your love and affection for them. Little gestures, with those who are at home with you, with with your hugs, because we generally tend to shy away from these things. But there's a time when you can actually express yourself. You can get into long conversations, helping them with their work or study. You can help your kids with the study and help your spouse in the kitchen and things like that. It will boost your oxytocin, which is a kind of a hormone which bonds people, and it has a calming effect on you. Oxytocin levels in your body increase as you become less stressed. That's the best part. Next point is help and support. If you are in a position where you're the boss of in an organization, a manager or a general manager or a CEO, allow your staff to work from home as far as possible, and also avoid pay cuts if possible. I mean, depending on the organizational health, the financial health of your organization. If at all you have to impose pay cuts, it has to be minimal. Try to do that. That is the human side. Connect with them to know how they're feeling and if everyone is fine at their place or not. I mean, showing concern about their family members is really good. Also, you may ask them if you can do anything for them, which is taking a step extra, because by doing this, you're also de stressing them. Random acts of kindness for others will surely make you much more happier. You can experience happiness by giving your delivery man a little something, to be delivered to your staff, or perhaps promote your friend's startup project on your social media, sending lovely emails to your friends, and the list goes on. Next point is learn something new. Since you are spending most of your time at home, try to hone your skills in your passion, because all of us have some passion or the other. Somebody is good at music, someone is good at sketching and all that, but because of the paucity of time, we didn't get time to hone those skills. So that extra time which you get in your self quarantine or so, You can pursue a lot of things, which also includes short-term courses which are being offered online. And I'm telling you, it's not a hoax. Most of the courses are very, very useful. Short courses, a week or 10 days or something like that, online courses, and learn something new. It may be cooking, or it may be how to use an Excel worksheet. The idea is to be productive so that it gives you a sense of accomplishment, and it makes you feel a little more confident about yourself. Okay. Next point is watch funny stuff on TV. That extra time which you have with you, uh, you can watch certain humorous kind of movies. Actually, you didn't watch all these things before Corona because you thought it's a waste of time, and let me utilize this time somewhere else. But now, because you are forced into being confined within the four walls, you may would like to watch Laurel and Hardy, Charlie Chaplin, and all these funny stuff, which basically makes you happier, and your mind feels relaxed. The fifth point is meditation. Not getting into too much of religious aspect or that, but meditation by itself is an alternative medicine for you. When you meditate, you concentrate your mind, and you try to, for the timing, you try to, filter out all those negative thoughts which otherwise keep bothering you 24/7. So prayers and meditation can help you relieve your mind, and they make you calmer. And it has an effect on your body also, because your BP also goes down. Even your sugar levels will go down. I'm telling you. You can choose to meditate online or offline as you feel comfortable. However, don't expect miraculous changes. With the meditation, definitely something good is going to happen. No, nothing bad will happen to you. It may have a mix of yoga exercises and also dance. Dance is also a kind of a meditation for people, and also involves certain physical activities like gardening. If you have a garden at home, of course, only then. So these are various forms of meditation. And last but not the least, that's the sixth point, is please limit your news intake. Anything in excess is bad. Instead of being constantly glued to TV sets and watching, gloomy news 24/7 on various channels, because various channels interpret things in their own way. And I'm not blaming any particular channel, TV channel, but by and large, most of the TV channels are giving their own ideas, their own interpretation. So you must set a particular time when you want to watch the news, and try to stay on one particular channel, which is your favorite channel. So it's a single news source from TV to you, and there is a consistency in that, and information which you gather from there will not confuse your mind so much as compared to those 10 different channels who are giving their own ideas. Share with you. Thank you very much.